What's up, everybody? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Part 4 of Monopolized, which is the achievement to speedrun Halo 2, basically. You gotta complete all the Halo 2 levels on Legendary in under 3 hours. So, you start off the level, kill these 4 people, the first one being this guy with the beam rifle. You want to take that beam rifle, you want to kill those 2 grunts, and you want to kill that elite at the console there, poking around on the computer. That just skips a bunch of dialogue, so you save a few seconds there. Plus you get this sweet-ass beam rifle, which comes into play in the hangar. You could easily kill the Sentinels with this, so activate your camo, assassinate that guy, jump up here, go through this hole. You could probably have done that without the camo, but whatever. Run down this conveyor belt. It actually is moving, so you move faster if you're running down that. Fall down here. Switch out your sword if you'd like. Not necessary. You don't really use the sword that much anyway. You want to run to this elevator as fast as possible, because if you take too long, enemies will spawn here, and then you'll have to deal with them, so don't dilly-dally. It's a speed run after all. And we are going down to the hangar, and this is the part where you want the beam rifle. It's very helpful for the Sentinels. It's just one hit with each Sentinel, or one hit with a beam rifle will kill a Sentinel, so very easy. I have the Boom, Grunt Funeral, and Pinata skulls on. Again, the Pinata, I don't know why, I just threw it on. And you can see how easy the Sentinels are to deal with the beam rifle. Checkpoint. And so now I'm just scoping out, looking for some Sentinels. Be aware that there's carbine-wielding elites down here. They're shooting me in the face right now. But you can cloak yourself and easily stick them with a nade. Double kill. I guess there was a grunt down there too. And there we go. Activate this hangar control. There's one on the opposite side as well if you want to use that for whatever reason. I just went down the left randomly. And then you can hide out here, actually. You can't hide very far out here because the game actually pushes you back into this area. So if you try to back up, it'll just push you forward again. So you can't really go out here too far. But the Sentinels and all the reinforcements are clearly distracted by the Phantom right here instead of you hanging out behind it. And we're just going to wait here. Or, no, we're not. We're moving up. Killed all the Sentinels. And there we go. Here's some grunts we could handle. So the people will spawn out of here, and you can see where the boom skull comes into effect. It easily killed those 2 grunts down there. And if there's ever a group of grunts, you could always just shoot one of them. Just shot my teammate there, but you shoot one of them, and then it blows the rest of them up, so that's nice. Very easy. Get out of here. And that looks like it's it for this room. Checkpoint. Grab the carbine and head down to this section. There's always going to be a carbine wielding elite coming around the corner here. Just stick them. And there's usually some grunts behind them as well. You can see them right there. And there's actually 3 more carbine wielding elites, so don't think you're done here. There's 2 more around the bend, but I'm just going to cloak myself and assassinate them. You could probably just run by them, but then you risk them following you, so might as well just smack them real quick. Again, if you've been watching my guides for this achievement, you know that we have to save 2 minutes and 20 seconds on this level. I think this level is actually 20 minutes for the par time. So we have to complete it in 17 minutes and 14 seconds, which we are going to easily do. It might be 15 minutes, I'm not sure. But either way, we're going to save at least 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You could actually jump across these braces to the other side, but I failed that apparently. You could also just grenade, or not grenade jump, just crouch jump up here if you miss the jumps like I did. And then there's reinforcements that come through the door there. Just kill one of them and you can see the chain reaction of all the grunts exploding. Takes them all out for you, which is nice. They dodged my sticks. Then just head on in here. And there's a elite just walking around the corner here, so I like to wait for him to go behind that pillar. Assassinate him. There's 2 sleeping grunts to the left, but just ignore them. Cloak myself. There's an elite right there. There's another elite that's going to come out the opposite door that I'm looking at right now. Stick him if you can. More grunts coming at me from below, but they walked right into that plasma grenade. And now just be aware that if you have Grunt Funeral on, they are all blowing up at this point, so you don't want to just run past their corpses. Fresh sword that you don't really need. Take out those 2 sleeping grunts who have been awoken by your carbine. Dodge the nade your teammate throws at you. That doesn't always happen, but it usually does not. You can see I cloaked myself to assassinate that guy, and then I stuck the buddy of his next to him, and the explosion also killed that sentinel, which was nice. You could actually go up here and run around the entire hallway. I cloaked myself about here because there's 2 elites at the end and a couple grunts. There's always a guy walking right there. I just stick him and run into this room. There's more people you have to deal with in that room if you don't move through, so I like to go about here, and people will come out of this doorway right here if you're in this corner. Alright, cloak. And run past those people. Get in the Banshee. And fly in this direction. Just follow this path. It's very easy. There's a whole Heretic Banshee section where you fight a bunch of Banshees and Phantoms and a bunch of strategically placed plasma turrets. But forget that. Just go land right here. You could go straight to the end. You don't have to fight anybody. And just drop down and into this doorway, and we're at the beginning of the next level, which means we're at the end of this level. And that's it, guys. Saved plenty of time, especially if it's 20 minutes. I think it is 20 minutes. It might be 15. But it's silly if it's 20 minutes because it's easily obtainable in 15. But whatever. Either way, we've saved more time than we needed to. So we are in great shape for the next one, which is loading right now. But that's not part of this video. I'll see you for the Oracle next. Click like and subscribe, and see you then.